Good morning guys, today we're going to be talking about the lower back as requested by some of you on Instagram. So firstly we're going to start about kind of the general causes of lower back. So most people present with kind of lower back pain, usually across or to one side of kind of really lower part of the base of the back here. And although the pain is in the area, in most cases, probably you'd say 80% of the cases, the cause of that pain isn't actually in the lower back itself. It's actually either above or below the lower back. Okay, and so today we're going to break this down into two parts. We're going to talk about the lower part first of all. So what's affecting from above, and then the second part of the video will be what's above that's affecting below, essentially. Okay, and so firstly we're going to talk about the kind of lower half. So you've got the glutes, the quads, the hip flexors, all impacting into the hips as well, into the hips. And so as I've shown in a couple of the videos, the hip flexors are really important in dictating what position the pelvis is in. So if the hip flexor is tight, it's going to really arch through the lower back here. You can see this angle through here has deepened due to the tightness through the front of the legs here, okay, and through the hip flexors. And so what this does, it creates a bigger angle, or more compression through the lower back, bringing those joints closer together. Putting more pressure on the muscles, the ligaments, and the joints themselves. Okay, and so if we can correct that, so if we can go from this position into a more neutral position by flexing the hip flexors, glutes, and also kind of strengthening those elements as well, we're going to take off loads of pressure from the lower back. And so in a lot of my treatments, when I treat the lower back, I do a little bit around the lower back just to calm symptoms down, but I'm mainly focusing on above and below and how they're working together. So yeah, to start off with today, as I said, we're going to focus on the lower part, and then next time we'll focus on the upper part. So what we're going to start off with is glute stretch, and so we've got I'm going to show you kind of 3 or 4 different variations of each, depending on how much pain you're in. You're going to want to do whichever one is most comfortable for you to begin with. Okay, so what we'll start with is what's called kind of knee to shoulder. So one leg straight, and then bring the other one up. And so you're just going to bring this knee to your opposite shoulder. Okay, so I'm bringing my right knee towards my left shoulder. Okay, and just go as far as you can, and what you'll feel is like a stretch through this area. Okay, you can hold that there for about 30 seconds. Doesn't got to be super intense, depending on the pain levels that you're in. And then drop it down, and then do the other side. And then come over. So I'm bringing the left knee towards the right shoulder. And so what you'll feel, yeah, I'm going to stretch in this area. Try not to feel it in the lower back. We shouldn't be influencing the lower back or kind of causing any pain during these exercises. They should be going to be a stretching feeling in the muscles that we're targeting. Okay, so that's kind of a really basic one. If you're in quite a lot of pain or really stiff around the hips and the pelvis, that's going to be your first one to go to. The next one is kind of what's called a figure of 4, I refer to. So if I kind of spin this way, let's come upside down 4 through here. And so what you do is cross one leg over and then hug this knee into here. And again, you'll feel a stretch on this leg down into the bottom. Okay, pulling through here. So this is one variation. What I often get people to do is do a mixture of these. So kind of just pulling this knee towards your chest. Okay, and so then what you can do is, whilst maintaining that pull, and then push away with the other knee. What this does is just changes the fibres that are being stretched in the muscle, in the glute muscle. Okay. Okay, and hold this for about 30 seconds, and then you switch sides. Okay, and so again, pull and push, and you should feel it kind of through this area, through here. And again, not in the lower back. If you're feeling in the lower back, just ease off a little bit. Okay, and so if you're struggling to kind of get into here or to here at all because of the kind of pain that you're in, what I often recommend is kind of getting crossing the leg over, and then getting a towel so you can just pull
through here, okay? And then it saves you from kind of stretching through here, which often, if you're in a lot of pain, can put just extra pressure through the lower back, which we want to avoid. Okay, and so it's quite nice and easy. Get a longer towel if you need to. Okay. Okay, so the next group of muscles we're going to work on is the quads. Again, these, especially when you need a lot of pain, the quad muscles really react and bring you into like a really protective position. So again, they can't, especially people with kind of acute low back pain, they come in with the kind of bent over posture like this. That causes these muscles to get really tight as almost like a guarding or protective mechanism. So I mean, the easiest one for this is just a simple quad stretch really. So you're coming through, bringing the foot towards the bum, and then what I get people to do, which people quite often don't do, is again it's a bit similar to the hip flexor stretch. If you watched the previous video, is squeeze the bottom, and that kind of thrusts the hip forwards more, and you're going to get a much deeper, longer stretch through one of the kind of main muscles in the quads. Again, hold for 20-30 seconds. And then repeat on the other side. If you're struggling to stand or finding that difficult, you can do this laying down. So you'd have the bottom leg down, and just find a relaxed position, and then again just pulling through. Try not to over arch. You can arch through this. So what I get people to do is just squeeze the bottom a little bit, and that keeps it most of that movement in the hips and pelvis. Okay. Lovely. Okay, good. And so the final one is the hip flexor one. So if you want more detail on the hip flexor exercise, come watch one of the previous videos. So that's all for this first part. Look out for the kind of second part of this low back tutorial, where we'll be talking about the kind of upper part, so more thoracic spine. Okay, we'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.